That's in Norton at Ngoni Stadium, Moors taking on their arch rivals. Scotland will keep you updated on that as well. We've got 6 other games. We're a total of 7 games actually. 5 other games besides Simba Bhora, Ngezi Platinum and Moors and Scotland. We've got other games at Rufaro. We've got the students, Herentals, who are number 4. Taking on the Lithium Boys, Bikita Minerals. We'll be giving you the other games as well. But, right, what will be happening at Wadzanai Stadium? Let's get a clearer insight on that one, because we've got 2 experts from ZBC TV Sports who will be helping us to dissect this game more thoroughly. Let's say hello first to staunch Liverpool supporter. We call him Coach Bex. He is Bekimpilo Nyoni. And of course, Liverpool just won the English Premiership title. Coach Bex, it's always good when you're around. Welcome to the show.
It's good, CNN, and happy to be here. And good afternoon to everyone in Zimbabwe and overseas.
Right. Okay. I thought he was going to talk more and more about Liverpool, but no. Enough has been said already. Right. Alongside Coach Bex is a man we call Final Pass here at ZBC Pocket Seal. He's a staunch Chelsea supporter. He's not saying much about Chelsea, only that, yes, they will be achieving greater things next season. His name is Skilda Makona. And Skilda, welcome to the show. It's always good to see you here on the Saturday Sport, and we're doing the football.
Thank you, CNN. It definitely feels good to be here. It feels good to be home, talking about the game that we all love. And obviously, Chelsea winning 4-0 a few days ago. And today, we're about to witness one of the most exciting games at Wadzanai Stadium, where Ngezi Platinum, which are no pushovers, will be taking on a Simba Bhora, who are the current title holders.
The final pass, I want to stay with you just briefly, because we've heard a lot about Liverpool normal. Chelsea, just quickly, you are now in the Champions League. You think you'll go far? Just yes or no? Or you want to...
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we are going to achieve greater things. Anything is possible. Remember 2012 with Roberto Di Matteo, we did it. We went all the way, beating the champions Barcelona, and we went all the way to clinch it. So why not in 2026? We can do it. There's still more room.
That's right. Okay. That's Skilda Makona. Here we call him Final Pass. Right. Simba Bhora. They are number 2, and they are on 25 points, 2 points behind Moors. So I think every Simba Bhora supporter right now will be saying, Scotland should win this game. Scotland should win, so that you can go on top and overcome Moors. Right. What are the chances? But Ngezi Platinum, they are number 6. They are on 20 points. If they win today, they go on 23. I will tell you what. These are the last 2 winners of the Premiership title. If you've forgotten, 2023 Ngezi Platinum, last year Simba Bhora. These teams have met a total of 4 times ever since Simba Bhora were promoted into the big time in 2023. Simba Bhora have won twice. Ngezi Platinum have won once, and the other game has been a draw. So what does it tell us? Last season, Simba Bhora 1-1 the first game, and they went to Ngezi Platinum, and it was a draw. So, Coach Bex, I mean, nothing much to choose between these 2 teams, except that one is number 2 and one is number 6. Your thoughts?
Yes, definitely nothing much to separate the 2. But I think when you look at the squads, the 2 squads, the defending champions, Simba Bhora, they've got more experienced players as compared to Ngezi, who lost almost 15 players of theirs, of which I think about 8 of them were senior players. So as a result, they've brought in at least 5 players from their development side. So that even if you look at the Kosafa squad, which are said to be in under 23 side, they seem to have to be the team who have got more, because these boys came from the development side. So from that point of view, yes, everyone wants Ngezi to be winning in the challenge for the championship, but in reality, Ngezi are on a rebuilding, which should take them at least this season and coming season before they can really challenge for the championship. Then when you look at Simba Bhora, their past 3 games, they've done extremely well. They've played very well, and especially the last game they played against Cape United, you could see that
what a game that was,
now, it's really a team where you see their beacon is Mauchi at the back, at the back, Blessing Moyo as the central midfielder. Those are the really key guys who have kept the team going.
Right, thoughts there of from Coach Bex and Ngezi Platinum. How much of a chance can they be given? Let's find out from the man we call Final Pass, Skilda Makona.
Yes, Charles, we can't really write off Ngezi Platinum at this point in time. We are given the setup of their squad. Of course, they've plugged in a lot of youngsters into their main team. But you see, Ngezi are coming towards a nice stadium as the underdogs, and these guys, they are playing with no fear at all. They've got a lot to prove to say, yes, we are youngsters, but we can actually produce something. If you look at their lineup, I think today they've actually introduced more of their seniors. We've got the likes of Kade Amini, he's starting today. We've got Tendai Chirara, formerly with Chegudu Pirates. He's a seasoned goalkeeper. Today he's starting ahead of Edison, the goalkeeper which came from overseas. We also have Chiguida, a seasoned defender. So I think today they've the Ngezi Platinum Stars Gaffer has set up his team in such a way that it actually matches with the type of experience that Simba Bhora players. You have the likes of Blessing Moyo, a seasoned defender who's the skipper for Simba Bhora. We've got Mauchi, of course. And today, I think we're going to witness one of the most entertaining games of all time, because these two teams actually they are playing under no pressure at all, but definitely they'll be seeking to come out victors in all aspects.
Yes, remember I did tell you that the last time they met, the 2 games, Simba Bhora won 1-1, and the other game ended in a goalless draw. That's will be the action that we'll be bringing to you from Wadzanai Stadium, the gold mining town of Shamva. Now, let's just quickly look at the other big game. The other big game is at Ngoni Stadium in Norton, where the Panthers, Modzana, Moors, are taking on Maviravira, that's Scotland. This is a blockbuster, and football has never been like this, because the incentives that have been offered to these 2 teams, I mean, it's make-believe. It's a make-believe tale. I mean, Scotland being offered a total of $160,000 if they beat Moors, my word, from their sponsors. And also Moors getting the promises of a shopping trip to the United Arab Emirates and so on. Each player will be given $2,500. Man, football, Coach Beth, football has never been like this, my word.
Yes, football has never been like this, but when people have got money, they can do anything. And I think for Scotland, they have the cash, they have the liquid, and they have got very good friends who also have got liquid. And those guys, those friends are the ones who have come in there, and they've promised the boys about 160, 170. My only fear is it might end up putting a lot of pressure to these boys, taking into account the time this was announced. I think if it was announced during the beginning of the week, it could be a situation whereby the coach, while coaching, will be reminding them, guys, let's not panic, let's go and get this. But unfortunately, this just happened last minute, and that might end up putting a lot of pressure on the part of Scotland. But for Moors, I'm sure it's not really a big, very, very big figure which we can say they can start saying, let's go for this. This can affect them. I want to believe psychologically they can handle it. And also, just looking at the 2 teams, they seem to be playing very well at Ngoni. And I would want to believe they also want to make sure that they keep their record of being the
Let me
best at home.
yeah, okay, Coach Beck, sorry for butting in. As we see the arrivals of the teams, first, of course, that's the home team, Chinu Chedu at Wadzanai Stadium. Yes, we're just talking about Ngoni Stadium there, but now this is Wadzanai Stadium, and we see Chinu Chedu arriving. Listen, you've never seen so the way this team is loved in the places around Shamba, not only in Shamba, I know all over the country, but especially in Shamba. It doesn't matter which team they are playing, they just love Chinu Chedu Skilda.
Yeah, you know, looking at it historically, I've seen that teams which actually come from mining towns, they are loved by their surrounding neighborhoods, because this is one of the most entertaining things that would happen in mining towns. It's either it's musical bands or it's football. But now that with the evolving football now, I think football is the in thing now, especially in mining towns. You look at your Ngezi Platinum, it's a mining team. FC Platinum, it's a mining team. Well loved by the communities surrounding. So I think for Simba Bhora, it is normal for them to be loved up by their surrounding neighborhoods.
Oh yes, Simba Bhora very much loved in Shamba, and yes, elsewhere as well, but especially in Shamba. And Madamburo, the 2023 Zimbabwe football champions, what they gave us in 2023 was something else. And they are, as they disembark all the way from Mondoro under the mentorship of the man we'll call Deco, that's Tekshua Chiragwi. And he is also the assistant coach at the Warriors setup for the assistant to Michael Nisa. And they play an attractive brand of carpet football. Of course, if you get asked who plays the slickest football in Zimbabwe, of course it's FC Platinum. But Ngezi Platinum not far behind with playing that brand of carpet football, Coach Bex.
Yes, Deco has done very well since he took over at Ngezi, and you can see that he is not even afraid to use some of the young players, mixing them with the experienced players, so that when you look at the results which have been number 6 on the log with these new young players whom he has brought in, I think the team has done very well. And even when you see them playing, there is balance where you see in defense, in midfield, then going up front where Chirinda and Benura are the leading strikers, whom gives a lot of problems to their opponents. But I think when they look at this game against Simba Bhora, they will always say, we need to be the first to win at Shamba Mine this year. We need to be the first to win at Shamba Mine, because the Simba Bhora seems to have declared it to be their fortress, to say, if you come to us, the best you will get is a draw.
Wadzanai Stadium is the venue. Right, we also talked, as we always do every week, we also talked to the two gaffers for this big encounter. First, we talked to Dubai, Joel Lopatla, who is the head coach of Simba Bhora. And then later, following, we talked to Deco Tekshua Chiragwi, the coach of Ngezi Platinum. Take a listen first to what Dubai had to say. Horror. Right. Yes, we're just trying to technically line up there, and while the warm-ups are happening on the pitch as everybody gets heated up for the big encounter. Remember, Simba Bhora hold the edge. Out of 4 encounters, they've won twice. Ngezi Platinum have won once, and the other one has ended goalless. Now, let's try if we can get what they said before kickoff. Right, First, like I told you, it was Dubai, Joel Lopatla, and then it was Deco, that was Texua Chiragui. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Playing this as the former defending champions, you can tell that this team have got the spine. They've gone through a lot of challenges, but last week I went to watch the game versus Dynamos. You could tell that the way that they played, it didn't reflect the result. So we know that we've got to beat them, and we are playing at home. We hope that our boys are going to take advantage of that offense, but it's difficult. It's difficult to predict what's going to happen. Them coming away from a win versus Heads United, I think to win away is a big boost for players, and I hope that they will take it into their advantage and make sure that today maybe 3 points at home, because if you want to take advantage at home, it's difficult away. The season is difficult to say. So at home, we hope that the players will come to the party.
It's an excitement for us to be here, and obviously it's going to be a thriller like always. It's going to be that they always compete. They have talent, so because they are talent. And like I've said, I think all the teams that have done very well to come up with a positive result. One of them. So we're sure that we are going to do our best and try to come up with a positive result today. But obviously it's going to be a very difficult game, and it's a very good team in high spirit. They are doing well recently, and I think we just need to be on ourselves to make sure we can come up with a positive result. Yeah, obviously the players, they know their objective, they know why are they playing football, they know why are they going to be on the pitch. So the responsibility is on them. And I think we have done our part as a technical team. And today we are just there to watch and see how are they going to give us and how far are they going to give to the fans, also to the team. It's important for the players to make sure when they're playing games like this, that's where they show their talent and make sure they compete against the opponents, so that if they want to become the winners, it's their responsibility. And I know with the team that we have, they can compete today to come up with a positive result.
Very good afternoon and welcome to Wadzanai Stadium. The home side, Simba Bhora here taking on Ngezi Platinum Stars. That is the 2024 League Champions taking on the 2023 League Champions. And Dubai Lopasha versus Texua Chiragui Deco. And there is William Tole, the Malawian goalkeeper, who is wearing jersey number 80 here. And shortly before the teams line up there for the national anthems, I'll give you the quick down line of the lineups this afternoon. Simba Bhora, the home side, lining up as William Tolen goes, Roland Kankadzi, Webster Tafa, Ishane Sumauchi, Ishmael Nyani, Butolezwe Ngube, Blessing Moyo, Barnabas Mtuche, Donald Mdadi, Blessed Nderek and Emmanuel Zolocha. That is the starting lineup for the home side. And the away side, there's a change in goals there. So before that, let's give you the national anthems. That was the national anthem for you there, Ngaikomba Zimbabwe, as we welcome you to Wadzanai Stadium here in Shamba. Simba Bhora taking on Ngezi Platinum Stars. Let me just run down through the lineup for the home side. Simba Bhora, William Toland goes, Roland Kangazi, Webster Tafa, Ishane Sumauchi, Ishmael Nyani, Buteles Ngube, Blessing Moyo, Barnabas Mtuche, Donald Mdadi, Blessed Nderek and Emmanuel Ziwocha. And the away side, Ngezi Platinum Stars, Tendai Chiraran goes, Ashwin Karengeja, Kudaichi Guida, Gomezani Chiri, Wakada Mini, Farai Madananga, Brooklyn Katumba, Mervelas Mkumba, Malvin Gaki, Obro Chirinda, and Takunda Benura. And there it is on your screens there. The reserves, Tondere Mateyonga, Carlos Mavurume, Cole Tsamba, Isaka Gururab, Never Tigere, Harrison Masina, Trevor Mavunga, Carlos Mkumbira, Tinotenda Meke, and the coaches Joe Dubai Lupashka. And for the away side, Darlington Msarano, the reserve goalkeeper, McDonald Makuwe, Polite Moyo, Blessed Mashonganyika, Tinashe Mavuzi, McDonald Edison, Tinotenda Ditima, Nisbet Muzenda, Atakaseke, and the coaches Tekshua Chiragui. That's Deco for you, the assistant coach of the national team, that is Michael Nis, who are traveling to Morocco tomorrow evening. And with me in the commander box is Joseph Ngani, the Liverpool man.
Yes, Willie, thank you. Good afternoon to our viewers out there. And today we are here to see Simba Bhora, who have been on the roll in the last two games. If you look at the way they've done their business, they've scored 7 goals and conceding only 1. And they've done so well. But on the other hand, in terms of the head-to-head between the two teams, Simba Bhora have actually dominated Ngezi Platinum. As you see the officials for you there, Willie.
Yes, Patrick Alota, the match official this afternoon, the center referee being assisted by Tafaz Gwangala, Kudakwashe Chirairo, Tichauna Tigere, that's the 4th official, and the match commissioner this afternoon is Robert Mgorosa, all the way from Lusape, and Ngezi Platinum with their pre-match ritual at the center, part of the crowd here at Wadzanai Stadium. And I can see off your picture there, Simba Bhora, the home side in all green, also there they are now in your picture, also with their pre-match ritual there. Joseph, you can carry on.
Oh yes, we're talking about the head-to-head fixture, the record between the two teams. They've played 4 times since 2023, and Simba Bhora have won 2, drawing 1 and losing the other one. So Simba Bhora have their dominance over Ngezi Platinum. And another interesting fact going into this game this afternoon is that Simba Bhora haven't lost a home game this season. So Coach Tekshua Chiragui on behalf of Ngezi Platinum have some piece of work cut out for them this afternoon. Will they break that record, or Simba Bhora will maintain this Wadzanai Stadium as a fortress? We wait to see, Willie.
Yes, we have to wait and see. Even last season, they lost only 1 game here. That was after the league had already been decided. That was against FC Platinum here at Wadzanai Stadium. That's their only defeat ever since they joined the Premiership, when they were still under the guidance of Tonderendring. And away we go. Ngezi Platinum kicks us off here from right to left, and straight away to a goal kick there with national team players inside that pitch is Ishane Sumauchi from Ngezi Platinum Stars, the man who is regarded as the tallest defender or the tallest player in the local premiership, standing at 1.945 meters tall. Joseph, very tall defender.
Very tall defender he is, and he actually fortifies the Simba Bhora defense. And it actually reminds us, even if you look at the general trend of the body frames of our players, they're tending to be smaller and smaller by each season. Whereas back then you had your stellar defenders. You talk of your Ephraim Chawandas, your Francis Shonais, even the Chidzambwa brothers, Mishek and Sande. Those were your big body guys that marshaled the central defense for their teams.
Exactly, as you see Ngezi Platinum in all grey there, the bit of stripes like AC Milan were involved in the Champions League final this evening against Paris Saint-Germain. That's a match to watch out for. On your screens there in Zimbabwe, we'll be watching that live. As you can see, Rolkan is in your picture there. Captain Kadamini putting on just number 23 with the armband for Ngezi Platinum Stars. And 1 minute 8 seconds to be precise, played here at Wadzanai Stadium. As you see, the first set piece of dirt being dispatched by Kadamini inside the box, moved out of danger by Simba Bhora there, and a throw into Ngezi Platinum. Like Joseph has said, the Ngezi had actually enjoyed a fair share of dominance against the home side this afternoon.
Yes, it's actually the other way around. It's Simba Bhora dominating Ngezi on a head-to-head. position. But coming into this game, Willie, you have Simba Bhora actually coming themselves in third position on the log table, whereas Ngezi Platinum are currently fifth on the log table. And Ngezi Platinum not doing so well of late. If you see their stats, they've been stuttering in the last few games that they played, whereas the Simba Bhora have actually been on the roll, and they're actually one of the contenders for the league title this season. They look likely in the conversation for winning the league, which will be the defense of their title they won last year.
Exactly. As you see another throw in there to the home side, that is Simba Bhora in all green. If you're just joining us, and that's playing from left to right on your screens, Roland Kangadzi, just number 18 in your picture, they're preparing to dispatch the throw in, and Tekshua Chiragwi there briefly appearing on your screens. Ishane Sumauchi all the way back to the goalkeeper William Tole, the man from Malawi, Samko Imachimene. I don't know that nickname, if it has actually stuck to him, dispatching a long one all over the center circle. And Ishwal Mayonyani Chiguida, the man who scored an 88th minute penalty against Dynamos last week at Baobab. Bisto, bless him Moyo. Oh, that was looking for a quick 1-2 pass there, but not successful. Chiguida back to the goalkeeper Tendai Chirara. Kangadzi versus Gaki there, and I'm sure that boy is being kept in play. No, throw into Kangadzi. And the referee, Patrick Alota, wants some order there. He orders the Ngezi Platinum midfielder, attacking midfielder, that is Gaki, to move away the stipulated distance. To the wrong man, this is Kadamini. Center of the park there, Bavarai Madananga, the veteran. There he is. Madananga, Gaki. That boy is shepherded out for a goal kick by Farai Madananga. Throw in rather. Kadamini, quick throw. Madananga. Wood out of danger. Bisto turns well. He's looking for Mudadi Donald. All the way back to Chirara, the goalkeeper. Second touch of the game from Tendai Chirara, who has been preferred. He goes instead of Darlington Musariranwa. A lot of journalists during midweek, when the national teams for the two friendlies in Morocco, that is against Burkina Faso and Niger, and then the COSAFA Cup down in South Africa, a lot of journalists were asking Michael Nice why he didn't consider Darlington Musariranwa, the young goalkeeper for Ngezi Platinum Stars. And what's your take, Joseph?
Yeah, well, it's debatable. In fact, when the national team coach announced the two squads that were going to do business, one squad for the COSAFA and the other one for Morocco friendly games, yes, it's been debatable. Some would argue that he deserves his call to national duty, and another one that a lot of other players will be interested to go to.
They've got a free kick at a very, very promising position here for Ngezi Platinum Stars, the away side. Let's see if they can utilize this with 5 minutes on our clock here. We haven't seen so many free kicks here, but Ashwin Karengeja of Ngezi Platinum Stars scored one of the contender of goals of the season so far. Let's see how they are going to dispatch this one. William Tole organizing his defense there. Kadamini behind it, and the favorite to take one, and maybe is he going for goal here? Let's wait and see. There is Kadamini. The ward does his job inside the box. Commotion there, appealing for a penalty, and the referee will play on, but Ngezi Platinum could not believe it. Attack there, Emmanuel Ziwocha. Well defended by Ngezi Platinum Stars. Chance for the home side. Safely collected by the goalkeeper. That is Tendai Chirara. That was a 10-efforted goal there. Joseph, Ngezi Platinum should have capitalized on that penalty appeal. They went to sleep. Let's have a second look at it.
It bounced off his chest.
Debatable.
Yes.
There it is.
first on his chest.
On his chest.
And the ball was lifted up again. Yeah, I think they have a genuine call. I think they have a genuine call to shout for a penalty. Yeah, the first instance, yes, the ball bounced off his chest, and then the ball was actually lifted up again for the second time, asking, and I think there was contact with the hand. Perhaps the only debate that would then be is the distance of the flight of the ball from source to the point it has contact with the hand. By the way, not every ball contact in the box can be punished as an handball offense.
Yes. And Blessimo is penalized there for a foul on Marvin Gaki, and a free kick to Ngezi Platinum. Another one. There it is. Very late tackle there from behind. That was actually Marvelous Mukumba. So free kick again to Donald Mdadi in your picture, Kadamini. Ashwin Karengeja, just number 28. So second set piece for Ngezi Platinum Stars. A short while ago that the penalty appeal turned away by referee Patrick Alota. So Kadamini behind the free kick again. Karengeja this time. I one side the box, headed away by Simba Bhora. On the far side there, they won a free kick. And that's pressure relief. Therefore, Simba Bhora will end up pressure here. Ngezi Platinum with an early search for a goal here. Joseph.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you, Willie. Ngezi Platinum, I think, came with a game plan that seeks to attack early, possibly get a goal. So far, we've seen that in terms of the intensity of the action, which is happening mostly in the host team, Simba Bhora's half. So Ngezi Platinum coming in with a clear statement of intent that they want to get business done and done early in the first half.
Exactly, just this for Madananga. Well played there by Ngezi Platinum Stars, but Webster Tafa does well. Throw into Ngezi. Taken quickly. That's Dylan Chiwandire. Blessing Moyo. Donald Mdadi. Finds Blessing Moyo once again. Crossfield pass there. Ishmael Nyani. Cross inside the box, find no takers. Cleared away by Ngezi Platinum. They were looking for Marvin Gaki, but throw into the home side, Simba Bhora. Quickly taken by Roland Kangazi. Webster Tafa. Long ball looking for Emmanuel Ziwocha, but that one rose straight to the goalkeeper Tendai Chirara. Now in the 10th minute there, Joseph, the scoreboard is still blank, 0-0. Ngezi Platinum with quite a few chances early in these first 10 minutes. Penalty appeal, which was turned away by the referee. Nothing much to write home about. And Simba Bhora had a chance of their own, the counter-attack from that penalty appeal, which was a team effort on goal and safely collected by Tendai Chirara, and goes for Ngezi Platinum Stars.
Yes, one thing we can also learn about the first 10 minutes is that of the few set pieces created by the visitors, Ngezi Platinum, none has actually troubled the home team, which may also speak of how our ability as a league to convert the various set pieces that teams earn in and around the box. So we haven't seen much that can tell us that there's actually excellence in executing the free kicks or the set pieces that the teams build and accumulate during a game.
So Roland Kanganzi with a free throw in there, looking for Bisto. Webster Tafa. Can he find support? Finds it in the form of Bisto. And his forward free kick to the referee. That was a late tackle, and I see the referee reaching for his top pocket. That should be a yellow card, and Ngezi Platinum Stars are not happy. First yellow card of the afternoon there to Obreo Chirinda. And I can see Webster Tafa is still lying down there injured. I hope nothing serious on that injury. Joseph? obviously no coach would want to lose Jita. That is Webster tougher for you.
Yes, I mean, you wouldn't. He's one of the influential players. And more so, you're losing a player in the first half. There's only 12 minutes played. There's Obrel Chirinda there walking away from the crime scene, but having picked himself a yellow card. You don't want to lose a man in this stage, at this stage of the game. We hope it's not anything serious. We hope it's going to be attended to and continue with this game. But you don't want that. As we see that move there, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. Yes. You don't want to lose your man due to injury and also be forced to make a substitution that you had not planned for the afternoon. It actually disrupts your game plan going into a game like this.
There is what happened there.
Yeah, it was a late contact, late touch. Yeah, it was a late tackle.
And was the referee quite right to flash a yellow card?
Yes, yeah, because the ball had actually gone away and it was late. His engagement with the opponent was late. I think that's the sin that he committed, Obrel Chirinda, that is.
So there's confirmation on the top of the screens there. Obrel Chirinda seeing a yellow card in the 12th minute here. And a notable absence for both sides. Junior Makunike for Simba Bhora missing this due to suspension, the accumulation of yellow cards. And for Ngezi Platinum Stars, it's Richard Achiro because he's injured.
And speaking of Richard Achiro, he's actually one player that you would think you would expect him to have a call or to have a sniff at the national team, because he's very industrious, and you may want to have him part of the conversation in as far as the national team is concerned. But of course, he wasn't selected. He wasn't called up for national duty.
Exactly, Joseph. And this is there, the black lock there. Barnabas Mtuche for Simba Bhora. The loft pass inside the box, headed away by Ngezi. Buto. Ishmael Nyani teasing his marker there. Finding Buto Lesgue. Shouting for any ball. Ngezi recovers. Obrel Chirinda. Can he find support there? Drives it a bit too hard. Shot at goal. Off target. The goalkeeper will claim that he had it covered there. Obrel Chirinda. With a good left footer there, but it was a bit off target. Joseph, was he selfish? He had all the right to go for goal there.
Yeah, I think he had all the right to go for goal from that range. Look at the run that he had, picking up the ball, and look at Mauchi backpedaling. There was a moment I thought Mauchi was going to defend that and attack, but he kept on backpedaling until Obrel Chirinda felt that there was an opportunity for him to take aim at goal. But okay, of course, Obrel Chirinda had other options on his left and on the right, which he could have played. But I think as a striker, you have every right to try and take a shot at goal yourself.
And talking of the national team, Joseph, we have Junior Makunike, who is absent this afternoon, and Tilotenda Meke, who is sitting on the bench heading for the COSAFA Cup in South Africa alongside their coach, Dubai. Yes. And for Ngezi Platinum Stars, it's only their coach, Tekshua Chiragui, who will be taking the Warriors to Morocco alongside Michael Nis.
Yes, yeah, Donald Mdad and Ishe Anisumauchi. Remember, Ishe Anisu has always been part of the national team. He hasn't received his full cap, yes, but I think he has had enough calls on national
Barnabas
team.
Mtuche. Thread there for Ngezi. Well threaded there. Chance for Mdadi. Donald Mdadi. Inside the box. Corner kick. Should be the first one of the afternoon, Joseph, if I'm quite correct there.
Yes, indeed, Willie. It's the first time that Simba Bhora are getting themselves a corner kick. But of course, we can't forget the other foray that they went on a counter-attack from their end, where they survived a penalty call. They came out on a counter-attack, but of course, the shot that they aimed at goal was straight onto the goalkeeper's hands. So this is the first corner kick for Simba Bhora.
Tekshua Chiragui picture there. The national team assistant coach and the head coach for Ngezi Platinum Stars. So Barnabas Mtuche and Blessing Bisto Moyo behind that corner kick. Inside the box, headed away by Ngezi. Not quite. Bisto. Mauchi. Ishmael Nyani. Lofted boy inside the area looking for Ziocha. Slips but recovers. Bisto. Cricket goal! Missing the target there, that was blessing the captain, blessing Moyo. Not a bad effort there, just missed the target. Handshake from Barnabas Mtuche. Kadamini away. Mauchi is strong. Confirmation of the scoreline, 0-0 the first half. But 17 minutes played here at Wadzanai Stadium in Shamva. Poor play by Blessed Ndereke to the wrong man. Chance for Ngezi Platinum Stars, danger here. Oh, what a poor ball there. Well defended there by Simba Bhora. Ishmael Nyani. Uto, too slow. That's an ambitious effort there by Marvin Gaki. Emmanuel Ziwocha battling with Kudachi Guida. Gets past him, Donald Mdadi. What can he do now? Roland Gangazi is overlapping. Oh, we're trying to thread it to Ziwocha, but the goalkeeper read it very well there and collects it. That is Tendai Chirara. Quick throw to Kadamini, the captain. Hospital pass, but Damini is alert. Marvin Gaki. Crosses at the box, the goalkeeper claims it. Good goalkeeping there by the Malawian. And he's not happy with his defense, the way they are allowing Ngezi Platinum to switch in crosses into dangerous areas. 18 minutes, as you can see on your top of your screens there. Joseph, looks like an entertaining match here.
It is, Willie. It's open-ended affair. Both teams are exchanging passes, and it's actually open play. The two teams are actually showing what they want to do. They are trying to attack, they are trying to create openings, but so far we haven't had a goal. But you can see in terms of their intention, you can actually see that teams are trying to play and outplay each other and get a goal.
And Joseph, has another potentially exciting thriller at Ngoni Stadium. That is first versus second in Moors, the undefeated Moors taking on Scotland.
And it's a high-stakes game. If you look at the incentives that have been thrown on the table for the respective players to get themselves, should they win this particular fixture. But again, you may want to look at it from a different angle and say, does that help the game, or is it actually a problem? Where a lot of money is poured into a particular fixture by the respective sponsors.
Don't him that in the dangerous area there. Can he bring it across there? Chance there wasted there by Roland Kangad, Emmanuel Ziwocha. Yes, Joseph, we're talking about the staggering 160,000 promised to Scotland FC, and for Moors, 2,500 per player and a trip to Dubai to do their shopping.
From a player's perspective, you may want to call that is very attractive. It's an incentive. But again, even from a football perspective, is it sustainable? Because the next minute is you play another game, you may want to expect those particular incentives and ask yourself, if the team can give us these kinds of monies, why are they not able to give us this kind of money almost every fixture?
Big question there, and looking at the head-to-head with those two teams, they're together in the Northern Region Division 1. That is last season. Scotland winning 2-0 at the Hart Stadium and drawing 1-1 at Ngoni Stadium. And they were eventually crowned the Northern Region Division 1 champions, and the Moors had to go via the checkbook to acquire franchise and a ticket into the Premiership. Ngezi Platinum awarded the throw in there and quickly taken. Blessing Moyo is looking for Donald Mdadi, but Kudzai Chiguida roll his route back to the goalkeeper Tendai Chirara. Chiguida now. The penalty specialist for Ngezi Platinum. Remember, his 82nd minute penalty sank Scotland at Rufaro in the early stages of the season, and last weekend against Dynamos, 88 minutes in their come from behind victory against struggling former Giants Dynamos at Baobab Stadium. There is the technical bench for Ngezi Platinum. Tekshua Chirag with the head coach, being assisted by Kumbira Mutuekuziwa. Joseph, talking of the struggling Giants, Dynamos going down 2-1 at Baobab against Ngezi, and Simba Bhora also playing against Caps United, another struggling former giant. Yes, winning convincingly 1 away from him. They actually outshone Caps United in that match.
Yes, they did. We watched that game where Simba Bhora dominated and outshone Caps United. But if you look at the other traditional giants, you look at your Dynamos. Dynamos are not doing so well. They're actually not scoring goals. If a team wants to get a point or points, you want to play Dynamos. And if a team wants to concede, not to concede, you play against Dynamos. So Dynamos are not doing too well. And again, tomorrow they are playing Highlanders, by the way. And that game is kicking off early at 2 p.m.
Yes, Battle of Zimbabwe at Rufaro Stadium tomorrow. Kickoff is 2 p.m. The reason is because some players there need to travel with the national team. Cricket go there, and the goalkeeper almost conceded there, and it's a corner kick. Very lucky for him. Cricket go from long range there by Ngezi Platinum Stars, and they almost found the goalkeeper wanting there. There's Jago in your picture, saying pile on the pressure. Joseph, there's a second look at it.
Kadri
Amini. Goalkeeper almost misjudged it. And Takunda Benura, where he been late there, maybe should have taken the rebound home.
William Tole was actually in trouble with that shot. I think he was deceived by the bounce, and he could have actually tipped the ball into his own net. He was not very comfortable dealing with that particular shot. So Kadri, coming in again with a shot on target, that is also a good indicator that Ngezi Platinum are actually on the hunt for a goal. And remember, Ngezi Platinum have actually won this particular fixture some time before. They won by 2-1 here at Wazanai Stadium, that is last season. And then this particular fixture again, Simba Bhora also won it 2-1 by a similar scoreline. So there's been a strong argument between the two teams here at this particular venue.
Attempted cross by Marvin Gakiwo, blocked by Simba Bhora. Madananga. Kadamini in possession now. Farai Madananga. Back to Kadamini, the captain. Turning away and looking for Madananga. Cross inside the box, dangerous one. Corner kick, second one to Ngezi Platinum Stars. So in terms of corner kicks, it's now the home side, Simba Bhora 1, and Ngezi Platinum, the away side 2. 24 minutes gone here at Wazanai Stadium. End-to-end stuff here, Joseph.
Very interesting game, Willie. And what is also of interest that I've noted is Kadri today is actually playing more of a defensive role. We would normally want to see, we've normally seen him more on the offensive, even on the left wing. But if you look at the way the zones that he's actually operating from, he's playing more like a left back or a left wing back. And which is quite an interesting tweak in my view on the part of Tekshua Chiragwe. But look at how many times he has actually ventured up front.
So Ashwin Karengesha with the corner kick, not cleared very far, then finally vertical out of danger. That's Brooklyn Katumba, headed away by Simba Bhora. The man they call Rangwani, Ishane Sumauchi, because of his height. Goalkeeper Tendai Chirara was talking to Tekshua Chiragwe before kickoff, saying, why have you dropped Darlington Musariranwa? And he said, every registered player has the right to play. I don't have a first choice goalkeeper. Anyone can play it.
And we're looking at the crowd, we realize that the Simba Bhora actually attracts a strong band of supporters that are always traveling with them. And even today, it's actually a sizable crowd that you would expect to come to Wazanai Stadium to root and stand behind their team, Simba Bhora, which is actually a good thing. Speaking of our football in Zimbabwe, we've been crying out for fans to come to the stadium, and I think Simba Bhora is one of the teams that has actually done that so well. You talk of your Scotlands, you talk of your Moors, and you talk of your Highlanders.
Do you remember back in the day? We would gather at that one house that had a TV in the whole neighborhood to watch our favorite programs on ZBC. Whether it was thrilling wrestling matches, captivating dramas or the iconic Ezomkito, ZBC TV was an integral part of our upbringing. It wasn't just a channel, it was a shared joy that brought us together. Fast forward to today, and ZBC continues its tradition of delivering top-tier entertainment to your homes. Whether you're tuning in for news, music, educational content, or gripping dramas,
There's the chance again. Kadamini. And correct call by the referee according to me here. As you can see on the slow motion there. Joseph, I think I agree with the referee there. Ishmael Onyani there, I think he went down easily there. Dangerous there. But Anes Mauchi, the normally reliable defender. So Simba Bhora lying second on the table. Because remember, Scotland on third because they have a game that is under dispute. The one that was abandoned against Chikenine Rufaro. And against Platinum sitting on 6th place on the log. Webster Tafa. Poorly done by Jita. Can Ngezi Platinum punish them, but the wrong man. This is Butongube. Tussle for possession. Obrochirinda. Brought down. The referee gives a free kick to Ngezi Platinum. It was a late tackle on Obrochirinda. And there I see Kuzachi Guida, they complain to the referee that where is your yellow card? And the medical team has been called upon to attend to Chirinda. Joseph, that was it.
Yeah, I think it was late, but again, because of his momentum, I think it then got worse. Because if you look at the way that they exchanged their passes, and he was going for the return pass, and look at the fans, the Simba Bhora fans coming into the stadium in all kinds, all shapes, and all colors, and enjoying themselves. A beautiful afternoon, and they know that they are on camera, enjoying their favorite snacks. So what we are saying here is, I think Obro Chirinda there was impacted when he was in full flight, and I think the impact would then make him come out the worst. But otherwise, it was a late charge on him, which caused him to get onto the ground, fall onto the ground, and receive further attention. Yeah, and the fans there. Simba Bhora always attracted full house.
A good crowd here at Wadana Stadium. I will make it about 6,000. Good crowds here in Shamba.
And Simba Bhora haven't lost a home match this season. So they've made this place a fortress. You don't come into the stadium and walk out alive. The best you can get is a draw. As look at that incident there, he ventured into the box and cut. I think he was tripped. I think there was contact. There was contact. Maybe a fair shout for Simba Bhora.
Was it not going to be too soft?
Well, it can be argued, but if you look at it, the way they were in motion, the way he ventured into the box, their paths somehow crossed, and in the process you get clipped, your ankles get clipped, and then you lose your balance and you fall. And I don't think you would call that as a dive. For me, I think it was an impediment.
Yeah, but maybe the referee adjudged that Ishmael Nyani was not in full control of the ball. It was almost a loose ball, and you see there, Deco also calling for a yellow card. That sign, Tekshua with confirmation of his name there. She was signaling that the referee should have flashed the yellow card, and Obro Chirinda is feeling fine. He's up and about, which is good news to Deco. So free kick to Ngezi Platinum Stars from about 35-40 meters from William Tolles' goal. Can Kadamini try from that range? Let's wait and see. And he's complaining to the referee that the wall is not standing the stipulated 9.15 meters, that is 10 yards. Ballooned all over the bar.
I think that was disrespectful of respect.
Yeah, that was a Brooklyn Katumba.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you can't expect to beat a goalkeeper of William Tolles' caliber from that range, and even there's a wall in front of you. So I think it's a wasted opportunity for me, in my view.
Yeah, maybe that spill from Kadamini's effort is that what is tempting them to try from afar. Emmanuel Ziwocha couldn't keep control of it, and the goalkeeper Tendai Chirara very comfortable in taking his time. There he is on your picture. Nobody is challenging him. And remember that they are away side. But Dekwe saying play on.
An update from Kariba is that ZPC Kariba have scored a goal and they are now leading Yada by 1-0. So in Kariba, it's ZPC Kariba 1, Yada 0.
ZPC Kariba doing a very good work of themselves there. Quietly and slowly climbing up the ladder. There's Joe Lupasha, the head coach of Simba Bhora, has been rewarded for his good work by being named the assistant coach for the Kosafa squad. So he's headed for South Africa. That is tomorrow evening, alongside Junior Makuriga and Doti Damege from his team, whilst Shana Sumauchi and Donald Mdadi takes Shuachira, go from Ngezi Platinum Stars, and the rest of the Warriors might go Nice to Morocco.
I think that's a good decision, really, by Zifa, to give Joel Pata an opportunity to coach our national, to be the vice coach for the Kosafa squad. It's also good in terms of grooming and empowering our local coaches, because our local coaches are also capable of doing something and producing good results. So it's good exposure for Coach Joel Lupatla.
There's Brooklyn Katumba on the far side there. Simba Bhora getting a free kick there, quickly taken. Donald Mdadi, Manuel Ziwocha, too slow, and Kadamini is alert, playing a true captain's role there. Kadamini throwing to Ngezi Platinum on the far side. 33 minutes gone, 0-0 still the scoreline here at Wadzanai Stadium. And we haven't received any news from Ngoni Stadium. That means it's still deadlocked there.
Yes, it's still 0-0 on other games that are happening across the country. It's only a goal that we have seen in Kariba. The other venues is still 0-0.
Blessimo looking for Donald Mdadi. Referee says play on because Blessimo has impeded. Was the boy had already gone? And play has been stopped there by Patrick Alota.
Yeah, as he is receiving attention, you may want to know that Ngezi Platinum had actually gone for 7 games without a win until last week when they beat Dynamos 2-1. And Ngezi have had no clean sheet in their last 3 games. Will they maintain their clean sheet in this game? You see there, that was the tackle that came through there. Yeah, I think it was a late tackle on Butolezwe.
Yeah, Butolezwe, yes.
Yeah, and rightly so. The referee stopping play for him to receive attention. When Simba Bhora have scored 7 goals and conceded 1 in the last 2 games. So they've been very potent up front and they're very stingy at the back. They're actually tight at the back. As you see the brass band there for Simba Bhora, one of the features that we've seen in our local game where teams have actually enlisted the services of brass bands that come into their stage, into their matches and root out for them. We also have Scotland, they have a brass band. I've also seen one even at Moss.
Reminds me of the Vuvuzelas at the 2020 World Cup in South Africa, where European and South American teams complained, including a renowned coach by then Arsene Wenger, saying they'll make a lot of noise, these Vuvuzelas. But here in Africa, we're enjoying that, Joseph.
But that's the other thing that you need to understand in international football. There's always going to be a local flavor to a football match when the locals express themselves in the way they only know how. And the Vuvuzelas has actually been symbolic of South African football.
Marvin Gagi losing it, and Chikwida recovers there because Emmanuel Ziwocha was threatening the throw into Roland Kangadzi. There he is on your picture. Quick throw to Ziwocha. Webster Tafa. Back to the goalkeeper, William Tole. He's looking for Donald Mdadi. Ishmael Nyani Throw into Simba Bhora. To be taken by Ishmael Nyani. Joseph, from the players on the pitch there, I think Ishmael Nyani and Webster Tafa are the players who were playing in Division 1 with this team. The rest, they were acquired later.
Yeah, well, that's usually the trend in most teams that get promoted, where the crop of players that would have won a team promotion into the superior league, into a higher league, somehow not everyone will retain their spot in the squad. We've always seen an evolution when a team gets promoted. Yeah. And again, even in the context of Simba Bhora, we've seen that they lost a number of their players to Scotland when they were promoted into the Premiership last season.
Alongside coach Tondera Ndiraya.
Yes, yeah, the defending coach.
Yes,
yeah.
The defending champion coach, of course. But they got an equally very good replacement in Joe Dubailu Pasha, who has been rewarded for his hard work by the Football Association. Kadamin on the near side. Long ball inside the box. They're looking for Chiobro Chirinda, hooked out of danger by Blessing Moyo. Butoleswe. Ziwocha was looking for Donald Mdadi. Kudzai Chigwida. Gomezani Chirwa. Faraima Dananga couldn't control it. Awkward bounce, Marvin Gakina. Brooklyn Katumba. Is that Madananga who has been injured? No, it's Karengeja.
Yeah.
Ashwin Karengeja there to play the ball for a touch, because I'm sure the landing there was not proper.
Yeah.
This pitch is a bit heavy. I can see the medical team then been
see his ankle tweak. So definitely when he landed on his right leg, there was a moment of discomfort for him there, and then he kicked the ball out into touch to draw attention from his medical team. Yeah. Very unfortunate incident there. Should he fail to continue with this game, because there was no one close by, he was not tackled. It was the way that he landed on his right leg which caused him an injury.
Yes, that is a Gomezani Chirwa, the man who's partnering.
Well, I would like to apologize for that loss in transmission from Wadzanai Stadium, where it's still goalless. And I can also tell you that the other venues, save for one, they are all goalless. At Rufaro Herentals and Bikita Minerals, at Sakuva, Manika Diamonds and Caps United. Duru, ZPC, Kariba have just got a goal against the Miracle Boys, Yada. So that's the only place where a goal is. We're still awaiting goals from Wazanai and elsewhere. And tomorrow, remember, we've got 2 games. Right, we can return now to Wazanai Stadium.
Kick, no touch from Simba Bhora whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it's a question of wrong decision making. Look at that, from that range, and there are bodies in front of you that could actually block that ball and not trouble William Tole. Yeah. You know what, if you are a striker and you decide to go it alone, you better be efficient. You better make sure.
Donald Dumdadi now. He can't big his marker there, and is that a throw in or corner kick? I couldn't see quite clearly. It's a corner kick to Simba Bhora. So I can see there Barnabas Mtuche going all the way to dispatch that corner kick. There is the dreadlocked Mtuche. Near assistant, first assistant is Tafat Gankala.
And Tuche is one of the scorers who scored against Cape United last week at Rufaro Stadium when they beat Cape United by 3-1. Barnabas Tuche.
Flat inside the box, headed away by Ngezi Platinum Stars. Blessing Moyo. Looking for Ishanis Mauchi. Mtuche Barnabas. Ishmael Nyani 0-0. Confirmation of that scoreline on your screens. Blessing Bisto Moyo, Roland Kangadzi, Kadamini have been fouled there by Emmanuel Ziwocha. Free kick to the Ngezi Platinum Stars captain. Kadamini is a former Warrior. Injuries ruined his international career. You see, this is how it happened there. Emmanuel Ziwocha.
Oh yeah, that was an awkward landing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, on his hip. Must be painful. Yeah, because if you look at the way he went up for that aerial ball, it was an innocent leap, and it was actually fairly challenging for that ball. But the way he was impeded, and then he fell onto the ground, landing awkwardly on his hip. Unfortunately, so Kadramini, yeah, happy to see him up on his feet.
Yeah, it looks nothing is serious on the Ngezi Platinum Stars captain Kadamini.
He was also a soccer star of the year.
Yes, soccer
at some
star.
point.
Yes, exactly.
About 3 seasons ago.
Must be, is it 3 seasons ago? It was 2023 when they were league champions.
Yes, 2023.
So free kick to Ngezi Platinum Stars. So the team going to Morocco tomorrow. Ishane Sumauchi from Simba Bhora and Donald Dubdadi. Tekshua Chiragui, the captain. Those are the three who are on the pitch this afternoon. They will be going there to play Burkina Faso and Niger. So Ngezi Platinum Stars here with a chance on the far side. Cross headed away by Tafa.
And if you look at this fixture, it hasn't really produced many goals between the two teams. You know, they've been beating each other by that one odd goal here and there, or even drawing. But it hasn't been a high-scoring fixture over the years. So you may expect the trend to continue, where a winner will just keep the other by a solitary goal.
So Emmanuel Ziwocha, can he come up with a cross? It's high one inside the box, headed away by Gomezani Chirwa. Still chance for Simba Bhora. Headed away by Ngezi Platinum. Roland Kangadzi looking for Emmanuel Ziwocha. Kangadzi all the way back to Ishane Sumauchi. Webster Tafa. 2 minutes, a minimum of 2 minutes to be headed on by the match officials this afternoon here at Wadzanai Stadium. Roland Kangadzi, Blessed Ndereke, Ziwocha, straight to the goalkeeper. Not a good cross by Emmanuel Ziwocha, former Dynamos player. Joseph, we expected Emmanuel Ziwocha to do much better from that position there.
Yeah, I would have expected a cutback, as it were. He was closer to the byline, and then you expect someone to then deliver a cutback towards the penalty spot, as opposed to delivering a cross which goes straight into the goalkeeper's hand. You are looking for a goal, you are looking for an opener. You may want to expect a better delivery than what we saw from Ziwocha.
So we are now in the 46th minute and a minute to go according to the match official. Donald Dubdadi brought down by Kadamini. And he's catching his angle there. There is Donald Mdadi, just number 6, lying down on the turf there in agony. As you can see his hand there on his shin. So this is how it happened. And he went straight to the deck there. Trailing leg there caught by Kadamini.
Yes.
Surely nothing intentional there. The angle has been played with there, been treated there by the medical staff. And the match official Patrick Alota looks at his watch in the 47th minute. Is he going to add a few more seconds? And it looks like we're heading for half-time deadlock here, 0-0. Like from all other centers except the one in Kariba, where ZPC Kariba are leading Iyada by 1-0 at Nyamunga Stadium. Deko Tekshua Chirag, win your picture there, and the technical staff there assisted by Kumbira Mutue Kuziwa. Ishane Sumauchi looking for Ishmael Nyani. And the match officials blows to end the first half here. A quite exciting first half here, producing no goals but a bit of action. We had one thunderbolt on target from Kadamini, which was almost killed by the goalkeeper William Tolle in your picture there. And Ngezi Platinum had a few chances of their own, but not promising ones. And maybe that penalty appeal from both ends. The first one by Ngezi Platinum starts for a handball, and when Ishmael Nyani went down inside the box, the referee waving away both penalty appeals from both sides. So in terms of penalty appeals, one from each end. Quite good officiating by Patrick Alota so far. Joseph, your summation of the first half.
Yes, I think it's been an open-ended first half. The two teams have actually been coming in with an attack-minded approach. The visitors, Ngezi Platinum, actually were more on the offensive in the first 10 minutes of the game. They actually threatened more, but Simba Bhora managed to repel any threats that they managed to throw at them, and they came back into the game. Also created their own chances, which did not yield much. But in terms of open-ended play, is what we've seen this afternoon. The two teams are looking for a goal, but we're still deadlocked at 0-0. We hope maybe the second half will see us get a goal from one of the two teams and get something out of this. The fans are here to see goals being scored, but we haven't had any so far. And the referees, I think, have done so well this afternoon in the first half. We have nothing really much that we can complain about from the match officials.
And now we are preparing to go back to the studio for the halftime analysis, where we'll be joined by Charles CNN Mabig, and that was the replay of that shot that was almost spilled by William Toll and goals, and the free kick by Brooklyn Katumba. Wasted opportunity. Emmanuel Zawachapua cross there. The highlights. Now I'm sure we are now crossing back to the studio. Halftime, new Simba Bhora and new Ngezi Platinum Stars here at Wadzanai. And the two teams are now marching back to the changing rooms. Meet you at halftime.
Many thanks then to our two guys there at Wadzanai Stadium, Ginola, that's William Tingwa, and Joseph Nkani. 0-0, the scoreline. Always close between these two mining teams. Yes, like we said, they've clashed 4 times ever since Simba Bhora were promoted into the top flight. Simba Bhora have won twice, Ngezi have won once, and the other one has ended in a goalless draw. And talking of goalless draw, well, we've got goalless draws, save for one, right round the country. We will be talking more about that. It's only ZPC Kariba, Kawiaga Turu who have scored against the Miracle Boys Yada FC at Nyamunga Stadium. Even the big one at Ngoni Stadium between Moors. The Panthers, Modzana Udzana, and Maviravira, Scotland is still goalless. In the studio, Coach Bex, Bekimpilo Nyoni, and Final Pass, Skilda Makona. They are still here with me. Let me start with you, Final Pass. Evenly balanced, that's my opinion. Your reflections of that first half.
Yes, CNN, I concur with you. It's an evenly balanced affair. You could see both sides are trying one or two to break the deadlock, but still I think they've tried to congest the midfield. Looking at the formations, Simba Bhora using a 4-3-2-1 formation, which has got relatively 5 midfielders, trying to congest the midfield, where actually Ngezi Platinum may have more power going forward. We've got Madanaga, who actually drives the team silently, being congested there by the likes of Barnabas Mtuche and Blessed Ndereki. So you would see that it is becoming very, very difficult for these two sides to actually break the defense of each side. Thereby, we haven't yet witnessed a goal apiece from these first 45 minutes.
Correct. And talking of a piece, the referee Paul Kalota. He's the son of former top-class referee Wanda Kalota, who passed away a couple of years back. May his soul continue to rest in peace. And Paul Kalota picking up from his dad, having a good 45 minutes so far. Born and bred in the high-density suburb of Mbare, he has denied a penalty to Simba Bhora, a penalty to Ngezi Platinum. We'll see how the second half goes. Coach Bex is still here, and well, I had not asked these two guys predictions. Since it's 0-0, I will be asking them for their predictions. But let's get the reflections of Coach Bex for the 45 minutes first.
For the 45 minutes first, I think for Simba Bhora, they seem to have found their match in the first half, because Ngezi seems to be doing very, very well, defending very well, and also going up front, trying to make sure they can create those opportunities, although we haven't seen many of the opportunities. So that at times you tend to be saying to yourself, do these coaches, when they're setting up their teams, do they say draw first, then win later on?
Well, you can tell us. You're a coach, isn't it? You tell us. What do you tell your
when you're congesting the beat, you're saying, let me protect first, then I go there. I go up front later on.
I caught you out.
Yeah.
I caught him out. He's coach. He's on BN Academy. So what does he tell his little boy?
So at least it seems as if that's the situation. But I think when you look at the game itself, it's really a well-balanced game where Ngezi is the visitors were hoping that they'll be overrun in the first half, but they have defended very well, and they've been able to manage the game very well, such that they didn't have many threats from their opponents. That on its own, I think even their coach might be happy, but at least they should be trying to push to say, let's try to get that one goal and try to close if possible and manage to get the 3 points. I think what is key is the 3 points.
Mm-hmm. Right, we are still waiting for whoever goes in front first. It was a nice stadium and elsewhere, save for Nyamunga Stadium, like I told you. Just to remind you, tomorrow we will be bringing you live here on your number one station, ZBC TV, the game from Mbiles Rufaro Stadium with the Battle of Zimbabwe, the top clash in the country. That's Dynamo's Dinamo Dimbare Chazunguza 7 million. The Glamour Boys taking on Ibozo ezimnyama ngegane. Ibozo of course, and ungayifunieka yekele Highlanders at Rufaro Stadium. Anzi mama nickname kuphekerana. Right, we are still waiting for that goal there, and a reminder as well that the Zimbabwe Warriors who are playing today after their games will be leaving tomorrow, and some of course tomorrow after the Dynamos and Highlanders game, and also the Chicken Inn and Triangle game, but there's no player called up there. They will be leaving either for Morocco or South Africa. Morocco for the 2 international friendlies, where the one perhaps stronger looking Warrior side has 2 friendlies against the Stallions of Burkina Faso, and of course the Minas of Niger, and the other Warriors taking part in the COSAFA Cup 2025. We start the ball rolling first on Wednesday against the Dodos of Mauritius at 1500 hours. That's 3 p.m. The Warriors, make a note of that. But let's talk about Wazanai Stadium, or maybe just let's digress just a little bit. I want to talk about the game at Rufaro Stadium. Rentals versus Bikita Minerals. They are number 4. The students number 4. Who would have ever thought that? But well, not big surprises, because last year they were the best placed team from the capital. And if Scotland lose today, and they can Rentals can go there into second place, as we just see the penalty appeal. I don't know this one. Final pass. What do you think?
For me, I think that was a correct call by Patrick Kalota.
Okay.
Of course, there was a bit of little contact, but for me, I think that honestly wasn't a penalty. For me, it was a correct call by the referee. You could see actually by the reaction of the players from Simba Bhora themselves that he was trying his luck, but then, well, the referee actually
sometimes it
gave a good
fails,
call.
eh?
Yeah, of course. You know,
I think
these footballers, they always feign these injuries. They always feign these contacts so that probably they'll get advantage. But I think the referee had a closer look. He was closer to the incident. Hence the call for a waiver of play on.
That's right. Coach Beck, do you have a different opinion? Patrick Kalota waving that one away.
No,
and
no,
final pass says
no penalty.
No penalty.
I think,
Or you agree with
I
final
think the
pass?
player was expecting to be really hit, then he just went easily.
Okay. Right. And then, of course, we saw Patrick Kalota again denying or waving away an appeal by Ngezi Platinum. I'm sure it will be coming up, and you can be the judge as well to find out. So far, so good for Patrick Kalota. Well, for that first penalty wave away. And let's see if he did well as well for the second wave away that Madamburo were clamoring for. Remember, Simba Bhora are second to Moors on the standings, and Ngezi Platinum are sixth. Number 3 are Scotland. Number 4 are Herentals. Number 5 are Tel 1. And number 6 are Ngezi Platinum, in case you're just wondering. Highlanders are number 9. And the bottom, Kwekwe United are number 18. Triangle are number 17. And are number 16.
Who are those?
Who are those? Who are those?
Dynamos.
Now I'm not laughing at Dimbare. Dimbare are number 16. And well, you must have heard there. Caps United are number 15. We never thought this would happen, but it's happening. And well, that's football for you. That's why the late great Pele called it the most beautiful game. Maybe they will pick up a little bit later because to get Dynamos relegated, to get Caps United relegated from the top,
and I'm sure Caps United, Dynamos, Triangle, Kwekwe, all the 4 at the bottom, they've changed coaches as a trying of.
As a sign to try something
else. Yes, to try to see
yeah.
fortunes changing.
Yeah,
apparently,
I'm sure if fortunes continue like it is today, we'll see them changing administrators.
That's right.
I think
Yes,
at this stage, Dynamos in particular, they've changed over 10 coaches in 10 years. Something which hasn't happened over the years. I think now it's not the problem of coaches. I think for me it boils down to the administration issues when it comes to Dynamos. You look at the Dynamos lineup as it were. There is no one player who's got a Dynamos DNA save for maybe their skipper. So maybe that's
final
why.
pass. Let me just butt in because we're just gonna show you the penalty appeal by Ngezi Platinum, which was turned away by Patrick Kalota. Again, we'll have Skilda and Becky here to decide whether they agree with Patrick Kalota. Let's have a look at it there. Yeah, somebody goes down. Patrick Kalota waves it away. I'll stay with you. Final pass. Was the referee right again this time?
Yeah, for me, I think the referee was right. You know, sometimes it's not always that when the ball has a contact with the hand inside the penalty area, it's a penalty. It also boils down to the positioning of the hand. That was a natural position of the hand. So I think the first touch, it was like a chest. Then the rebound, then the hand of the defender was moving away from the ball, and then actually the ball came to the hand. So for me, Patrick Kalota, that was the right call for him.
Right.
First 45 minutes, all good for the referee.
That's right. Because we tend, Pamori one watch. We tend to think that every contact with the hand in the penalty box is a penalty, not as such. Right, we are crossing back to Wazanai Stadium in the gold mining town of Shamva. 0-0, remember, what will it be at the end of the 90? As we rejoin Ginola, William Mutingwa, and Joseph Nkani. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Polite Moyo instead of Gomezani Chirwa.
Let's move up.
Yes, Polite Moyo in place of Gomezani Chirwa. And away we go. Simba Bhora, the home side, kicks off here at Wadzanai Stadium and gets the Platinum Stars into a fourth change here. Gomezani Chirwa being replaced by Polite Moyo. And remember, towards the end of the first half there, Gomezani Chirwa suffering an ankle injury when he was all by himself, but I think the unevenness of the pitch resulted in him tweaking his ankle there, and now Polite Moyo takes his place. And early chance for Butolo Zingube, but the boy is still in play here. Long ball over the center circle. Webster Tafa looking for Donald Mdadi. And against the Platinum Stamp defends well. Barnabas Mtuche looking for Ishmael Nyani. Too much dribbling over Chirinda. Good ball there by Marvin Gaki. Karengesha inside the box. Faraima Dananga, very strong veteran. Played for Harare City. Out of danger by Simba Bhora. Man of the shots by himself, and tonight Chirara cannot keep it in play, and there should be a corner kick. First one of the second half for Simba Bhora, the home side. Early pressure by the home side, desperate for that opening goal here at Wadzanai Stadium. Simba Bhora second on the log, and against the Platinum Stars lying sixth. And at one time they were leading the log, especially after beating Scotland FC at Rufaro Stadium through that 82nd minute penalty by Kudzai Chigwida. Blessing Moyo, short corner by Simba Bhora. Barnabas Mtuche inside the box, danger here for Ngezi. High ball inside the box, left footer blocked. Mudadi, chance there, collected by the goalkeeper. Barnabas Mtuche, the man who scored against Cape United, almost finding the opener in the 48th minute here at Wadzanai Stadium, but couldn't get the right connection he wanted there. And Joseph, early pressure there by Simba Bhora. You have second look at it.
Yeah, it must have been Coach Joel Patla instilling in his boys the confidence to say, guys, let's thrust forward for the second half and get ourselves an early goal in the second half, which probably settled them, since they've made this stadium, Wadzanai Stadium, their fortress. It's a no-go area for other teams. As you see that confirmation there, Polite Moyo, a veteran being brought into the game, 31 years old now, replacing Gomezani Chirwa.
Nice build up there by Ngezi Platinum Stars, but dispossessed by Barnabas Mtuche. Oh, poor communication there, and the goalkeeper says thank you, Tendai Chirara. Road to Kudzai Chigwida. There is in possession. Barnabas Mtuche. Butolezi Ngumbe being treated unfairly there by Faraima Dananga. Blessing was the captain, wanted to get a quick free kick, but blocked there by the Ngezi Platinum midfielder. For control there by Buto Ngube. Marvin Gaki to the wrong man. Roland Kangazi considered throwing on the far side there. So Ngezi Platinum will take it quickly. to the wrong man. Barnabas Mtuche. He's looking for Donald Mdadi. Throwing to Ngezi Platinum Stars. As said earlier on, Donald Mdadi will be traveling with the team to Morocco. That is the national team. And the referee has changed his mind. Free kick to Simba Bhora, the home side. To be taken by Roland Kangazi. No, he leaves it for Blessing Moore, the captain Bisto. Can you get an opening goal here towards an eye? That one is for the goalkeeper, obviously. Poor free kick by the captain. Webster Tafa heads it back to Mtuche. Puto. Ishmael Nyani. Can he go for pass there? Cross inside the box, headed away by Chiguida. Good defending by the top gangling Chiguida. Corner kick, second one of the second half to Simba Bhora.
We are goalless here at Wazanai Stadium, but Bigita Minerals have actually scored 2 quick goals in the second half. So it's Herentals 0, Bigita Minerals 2. A goal Minerals.
So there, Bigita Minerals away from home doing their business. Remember that a very good result away at Mandawa, drawing 1-1 to FC Platinum. That is for the goalkeeper by Webster Tafa. Play one says the referee. No, finally gives that free kick. Following the lines, far side assistant referee.
It's an offside.
Kudakwashe Chirairo. His flag was up for offside. Kadamini. Obro Chirinda. Hood out of danger by Webster Tafa. Some nice control there by Donald Mdadi. Karengesha. Back to Chiguida. Blessing Moyo to the wrong man. William Tole should collect this one, definitely. Yes, he does. He's looking for a counter attack, but couldn't find who to throw the ball to. Finally does so. Donald Mdadi inside the box there, and Chiguida shoots the ball to allow the goalkeeper Tendai Chirara to gather it. Quick throw to his captain Kadamini. Free kick to Ngezi Platinum Stars according to the match official Patrick Alota. And from other senders can confirm ZPC Kariba leading 1-0 against Yada. Obro Chirinda trying from afar but blocked. Barnabas Mtuche finds Roland Kangazi. Chiguida makes you and defending. Karengesha to Obro Chirinda. Can he find support? Marvin Gaki. Madananga! Off target by the veteran midfielder.
Speaking of another match playing across the country, Billy Veremu has found the opener for Moors out there at Ngoni Stadium. So Moors are leading Scotland by 1-0 through a goal scored by Billy Veremu in the 51st minute out there in Norton.
And a substitution here, Isaka Gurira in place of Donald Mdadi. The Namibian striker, there is Donald Mdadi, being congratulated by his coach Joel Parker. So Billy Verem now level with Washington Navaya on the top goal scorer chart with 9 goals. He has been scoring for fun this season, especially at Ngoni Stadium. Nice play by Nyani. Good it up. First touch inside the box. Brought down by the referee, says play on. Much to the chagrin of the home side. Obreo Chirinda. Intercepted by Webster Tafa. Good it up. Ngube to good it up. Oh. In the end, he couldn't find the overlapping Utolezi Ngube. And it's for the goalkeeper Tendai Chirara. So there is confirmation at Ngoni Stadium. It's Moz 1, Scotland nil, Biliverem. He scored their equalizer away to Greenfield at Chisumbanje last week. So far, waiting, some items has coached Moz side remains undefeated. Also FC Platinum, but they've been draw specialists this season. Cross inside the box, collected by the goalkeeper William Tole. Takunda Benura trying to disturb the goalkeeper to avoid a counter attack there. Long ball held away by Chiguida. Kajamini, can he keeps it in play? Yes, he does. Back to Chiguida. Mauchi rarely puts a foot wrong, but that time gave it away. Marvin Gaki. Oh, good play there by. This is now Tafa. Banabasim Tuche brought down there by Zitfaraima Dananga. So free kick to Simba Bhora, the home side. There is Faraima Dananga committing the foul on Banabasim Tuche. We have seen only one yellow card this match. That was flashed to Obreo Chirinda early in the first half, Joseph.
Yes, it's actually been a clean game, but of course the contact, the tackles that we've seen, they are not that cruel as it were, but just friendly tackles. But at the same time, we've seen a couple of knocks on the players from both ends. But generally been a clean game this afternoon, Willie. And even now, as we see Gurirab, who has come in, he's actually the host team Simba Bhora's top goal scorer with 4 goals. We're wondering why he was kept on the bench, and yet he's the club's top goal scorer, followed by Junior Makunike. And then we got the explanation that he's regarded as a player who's versatile, who can play either as a starter or as a substitute, who come in as an impact player. But so far we've seen that Simba Bhora are now more on the offensive, and it's the Gurirab factor that has come to play.
Banabasim Tuche in possession. So 58 minutes played here. Webster Tafa, poor touch. Marvin Gaki, but Tafa comes top there. Nice turn by Tafa. Finally, could keep it in play. Throw into Ngezi Platinum Stars, taken quickly. Karengesha. Good it up. Gaki. Looking for Chirinda. Mauchi. The Warriors player does well. Looking for Ngube. All by himself, a couple of space in front of him. Long ball for Gurira, headed away by Chiguida. So Ngezi Platinum Stars, can they hold here? Karengesha. But Roland Kangazi, desperate defending by him, throwing to Ngezi Platinum Stars. Of course, using his weaker foot. He's naturally a right footer there. Banabasim Tuche tussling for possession. Throwing to Ngezi Platinum Stars. Faraima Dananga takes the throw in. There is Madananga, the veteran midfielder, former of Harare City. Chance for it! Collected by the goalkeeper. What a save by the goalkeeper. That was the Karengesha Ashwin. William Tole was one possession, Joseph there.
Yeah, well, it was another foray that we've seen from Ngezi Platinum.
Second look.
A shot which was well dealt with by goalkeeper. Of course, he's having an inquest why Karengeja was allowed to shoot, and it was on target. It would have found the bottom right corner of goal, and the goalkeeper is right to complain and ask his defenders why he was allowed to shoot.
Webster Tafa in possession, looking for Ishmael Nyani, back to Tafa. Played by Barnabas Mutuche. They're looking for Gurira, but Chiguida stands tall. Can Obram Chida keeps it alive? No, he can't. Throw into Simba Bhora, the home side. Now in the 65th minute here at Wadzanai Stadium, Deco. Is he happy so far? Simba Bhora new. Ngezi Platinum Stars new. And the high profile match in Norton at Ngoni Stadium. It still reads Moors 1. Scotland new. Can Scotland suffer their second defeat of the season? Remember, they fell to an 82nd minute penalty by Kujachi Guida of Ngezi at Rufaro. Poor control there by Karengeja. Ishmael Nyani behind the throw-in for Simba Bhora. Sure, Obro Chirinda is down, and the referee has stopped play to allow him to be attended to by the medical staff. Joseph, what a match you are having here at Wadzanai Stadium this afternoon.
Yeah, what a match. The two teams have actually upped their game compared to what we saw in the first half. Confirmation there, Isaka Gurirab coming in as a second half substitute. We're saying that the first half, yes, it was a bit a stalemate between the two teams. But so far in the second half, we've seen the two teams coming up, trying to get a goal and trying to get themselves some measure of comfort in this game. But we haven't seen the goal yet. But again, it's also not really anything of a surprise, because the two teams, they've always played low-scoring games. A team that would win would beat another. That's 2-1. I mean, that's coach there, Teshua Churagui, asking the referee why there could have been a card flashed. And on the other side, Joel Lupata sharing his own thoughts as well to say, express himself what he's not happy with. But so far, this game is living up to expectation in terms of goals. No team has beaten the other by more than 2 goals. It's been either a goalless draw or a 2-1 win. So it's been it's been a closely fought game between the two teams.
Barnabas Mtuche losing possession to Obro Chirinda. He's fighting alone, better, no support. Finally, he's been rewarded with a free kick by Patrick Alota, the match official this afternoon. Handling this game with an iron fist so far. That's Takunda Benura. So free kick to Ngezi Platinum Stars. 63 minutes by a watch here towards the nice stadium. And remember the big one tomorrow, the Battle of Zimbabwe Part 1. Dinamo Dimbare taking on Iboso. And please note that match kicks off at 2 p.m. And Obro Chirinda has finally been substituted after a series of injuries.
Tinotenda Itima.
Yes, Tinotenda Itima, the young boy from Ngezi Platinum Stars, has been introduced. Throw into Ishmael Nyani of Simba Bhora. Has been doing very well, Ishmael Nyani, ever since claimed his position, his place in the starting 11. Did well against Cape United last weekend when they won 3-1 at Rufaro. Marvin Gaki. Good ball there. Tammy Sword. Chance for Ngezi Platinum Stars. What a block inside the box. There is the confidence of Ishimauchi. Joseph, what a defender. The tallest man in the local league, standing at 1.945 meters tall. Composure inside the box. Controlling the ball, beating his marker. Nice footwork inside the box by Ishimauchi. No wonder why Michael Nis called this player into the national team.
It speaks of a player who's oozing with confidence. You make sure you have you maintain a cool head. look at the Ngezi. There was a dummy, a threaded ball, a through pass, and Ishemauchi coming in. No, that was a sliding tackle.
Yeah, the block was by Webster Tafa.
Webster Tafa coming with a block, and then Ishemauchi coming in with a steady maneuver, picking up the ball and weaving his way out of the box with a cool, calm, and composed fashion.
And what I've seen, Joseph, is whenever Sumauchi is not in attendance, Simba Bhora seems to concede more goals in his absence. I've seen this when he got injured against Scotland. The game was headed for a stalemate at Rufaro Stadium. In the 82nd minute, it was still 0-0 until the moment of Michael Tapera with that brace, quick fired brace at Rufaro, and with arguably the best goal of the season so far by Michael Tapera, who is a notable absentee from the two squads which are announced by Coach Michael Nis.
Yes, I agree with you. Ishe Suma, which is one of the solid defenders that we have in the league, and Simba Bhora actually have an asset in him. He's a stabilizer. He has that effect in the defensive line for Simba Bhora. He's cool, he's calm, he's collected, and very calculating. If you look at the way when Simba Bhora are under attack, he doesn't really commit himself. He's very calculating in terms of engaging an opponent when their team is under attack. So Ishane Sumauchi, definitely a solid defender for Simba Bhora, who is an asset, and I think he's a stabilizing factor in the Simba defense.
And former Warriors coach and Dynamo's coach Sande Mof Chidzambra recommended asset for the future national team, and true to those words by Mof, a former defender himself, he knows how to defend, and he knows how good a defender is, as he was so good. That's definitely a free kick to Simba Bhora there. Some shirt pulling there, and the Ngezi Platinum midfielder, I'm sure, should count himself lucky.
Yes, yeah, the new boy, Chinotera Ditima, he is the one who pulled.
Yes,
there.
yeah, he pulled there, and Chinotera Ditima very lucky there.
A definite pull.
Barnabas Mtuche was looking for Ngube. Back to Webster Tafa. Blessing Moyo. Ngube to the wrong man. Ditima too slow. Benura. Karengesha. Good fighting by Ngube. Ishmael Nyani. Blessing Moyo. Mutuche to Moyo. Now they find Mauchi. Roland Kangadze. Ngezi Platinum Stars recover at the center of the park. Farai Madananga. Polite Moyo. Kudaichi Guida. Kadamini the captain. Good ball looking for Benura Takunda, who's having a subdued season. Joseph so far with only 2 goals to his name.
Yeah, well, and one thing that I wanted to point out here, when that ball was flighted into the box for William Tole to attend to, I noticed he actually struggled with the flight of the ball because of the sun that was glaring into his eyes. If you look at the way Wazanai Stadium is configured, the goalposts are they are east and west. Normally, a normal stadium will be configured with goalposts on the northern and southern part, so that the sun does not really directly affect goalkeepers when the ball is in flight. As you can see there, he's actually facing the sun directly. So when a ball is flighted into his box, he will actually struggle to see the ball, as we see the Simba Bhora substitution happening there.
Yes, Blessed Ndereke calls it a day this afternoon. And let's wait and find out who's coming in. That's Trevor Mavunga, just number 42. Should be a triple substitution. Carlos Mukumbira again in place of Ishmael Nyani. So Trevor Mavunga, just number 42, in place of Blessed Ndereke. Let's wait and see Carlos Mukumbira. Who is he replacing? Ishmael Nyani. And there is the third and final substitution. Emmanuel Ziwocha calls it a day. And in comes Notenda Meke. The man who has been called to travel with the team to South Africa, the Kosafa squad.
Notenda Meke is one industrial player. If you watch him when he's on the offensive, when he's on song, he can be a problem to many defenders. So I think he has a deserved call to national duty that is going to do business in South Africa during the Kosafa.
And that's Barnabas Mtushe trying to come up with a half volley from about 30 yards. Was not successful in that attempt, and he should have some respect to Tendai Chirara and goes for Ngezi Platinum Stars. So the scoreboard still read 0-0, 71 minutes played here at Wadzanai Stadium. Joseph, you're talking about how this pitch is structured here at Wadzanai. This stadium and that stadium have always questioned why the engineers or whoever the architects, because the trend is north-south.
Yes, yeah.
But these two stadiums here in Zimbabwe, it's east-west.
East-west, yes. So you'll find that one of the two goalkeepers will actually have a hard time dealing with the balls that are flighted into his box, which may give an unfair advantage to the attacking team.
Imagine when driving facing the sun.
Yes, yeah. It's a nightmare. It's really a challenge. It actually affects your eyesight and your visibility.
Oh, good play by Simba Bhora there, and the free kick has been awarded there to Barnabas Mtuche. He rolls it back to Blessing Bisto Moyo, the captain. Confirmation of those substitutions taken on earlier there by Ngezi, by Simba Bhora, the home side. So throw into Ngezi Platinum Stars. Remember, Ngezi Platinum Stars are the 2023 league champions, and Simba Bhora the 2024 league champions. And the Ngezi Platinum Stars did well in Africa. Remember, they were forced to play their home games away from home, and they went down to Miami of DRC on penalties, very unlucky. Any update from other centers, Joseph?
No, it's still 1-0 at Moz, still 1-0 at ZPC Karibabo Vayada, so still 1-0 Moz and Scotland. And as it is now, Moz will maintain their top spot with 30 points. Simba Bhora will be second with 26 points, and Scotland third with 24 points.
Chance there, and the goalkeeper claims it. Promising attack by the home side, but it was calmed down by the goalkeeper. Kadamini on the offensive now. The high line by Simba Bhora is quite good here. Good block by Ishane Sumauchi.
Who else can it be?
You can say that again, Joseph. Roland Kangazi now. Open foot, free kick to Kangazi. And he's down clutching his Engo in agony. And I can see the referee reaching for his top pocket. Another yellow card to engage the Platinum Stars player. That was the chance there for Simba Bhora. An attacking header by Roland Kangazi inside the box, looking for somebody. But the goalkeeper was alert. Is it Marvin Gaki?
Marvin Gaki is in trouble. Yes, he's the one who earns himself a yellow card.
So it's Marvin Gaki and Obro Chirinda. The two players to be cautioned this afternoon by Patrick Alota. Heading for the 74th minute here at Wadzanai, still 0-0.
And Marvin Gaki has 2 goals to his credit in the top goal scorers chart in Zimbabwe. And you don't want to tarnish that image.
And see, have a second look at it there. Roland Kangazi, Webster Tafa, Jita. Confirmation of that yellow card to Marvin Gaga on top of the screens there. On the left top of the screens. You can see Ngezi Platinum Stars player lying down injured out of your picture. There he is now on the viewer's picture there. The referee and the medics attending to the player to make sure that nothing is serious on him. But one thing I've seen, Joseph, this afternoon, that the referee has been allowing players to be treated on the field of play.
Yes, yeah, and in fact, even the stoppages that we've seen, I think we've received one too many stoppages due to a player injured needing to receive medical attention. And yeah, and of course you would expect that maybe in this, Joel Lupata is not happy. Look at him pacing up and down the technical area. He would want to get a goal out of this. He's encouraging his boys to get a goal and seal this game as a 3-pointer, not as a 1-pointer. Because even if it ends like this, Simba Bhora will say we've never lost at Simba Bhora, we've never lost at home this season. Whereas on the other side, Ngezi Platinum will try to maintain a clean sheet, which they have failed to do in the past 3 games. So it depends on which side of the terraces you are sitting. A goal will definitely change the complexion of this match.
Exactly, Joseph. Let's wait and see if we can get a goal. There is Isaac Gururap. He's looking for a corner kick. Yes, it's a corner kick to Simba Bhora. Guess the Platinum Stars are not happy, but I'm sure the referee's score is quite right. That was a corner kick. 76 minutes by our watch here. Simba Bhora nil, Ngezi Platinum Stars nil. Chinuchedu versus what's the nickname of Madam Buro?
Madam Buro, Ngezi Platinum, Madam Buro.
Ngezi Platinum Stars, Madam Buro. Blessing Moyo behind the corner kick. Poorly taken. Carlos Makumbira. Sliding tackle by Blessing Moyo. He's claiming the throw in, and according to the referee, yes. What is Marvelous Mukumba doing there? The referee had already blown, but he's claiming he didn't hear the whistle.
Yeah, well, players will always do that. You know, you take your chance. You know, it's all about how you manipulate a particular situation. Yeah.
Blessing Moyo recovering after having lost possession.
There's another goal across the country. FC Platinum, we have taken the lead through Tandolenko Singwenya, who scored in the 65th minute. So it's Tel 1, 0, FC Platinum 1 out in Gweru at Bata Stadium. So Tel 1 trailing to FC Platinum by 1-0 through a goal scored by Tandolenko Singwenya.
So Tandongwenya has been scoring most of the goals for FC Platinum. I remember his double against Cape United at Rufaro a couple of weeks back, and that was the last time FC Platinum won a league match. They've been draw specialists this season. I think having amassed 11 draws. That's a massive 22 points drop, Joseph.
Yes, FC Platinum are not losing games, but on the other hand, they are not winning games. So if they maintain this scoreline up to the full-time whistle, they would have picked their first 3 points in 9 games, I think, which will be good for Coach Norman Mapeza to turn his fortunes around and start winning, hoping they will maintain the scoreline as it is up to the full-time whistle.
So FC Platinum away in Gweru at Ascot Stadium, I'm sure, against chance here for against Platinum Stars. Free kick according to the match official. Where is it heading for? And Madananga is not happy, saying I was free on goal, but he's actually the one who is penalized. So no complaints there for Madananga, the veteran midfielder, former of Harare City, and also used to play for Seco Cement. Karengeja, Webster Tafa, Carlos Mavurume, Tilotina Mega to Blessing Moyo, Mavurume to the wrong man, brought down his Takunda Benura. Free kick to Ngezi Platinum Stars, and I'm sure another substitution is happening here. Roland Kangazi for Carlos Mavurume. So the right back has been substituted, just number 18, the dreadlocked right back. And Carlos Mavurume comes in place of him. I'm sure Jolu Pasha has noticed that Ngezi Platinum has been using that channel to attack. where Kadamin has been linking up with Takunda Benura.
I was saying, Willie, if FC Platinum maintained their score line, it would have been their first win in the past 5 games, because they've drawn the 4 previous matches. That is discounting the victory that they got over Cape United at Rufaro Stadium. So they've gone for 4 draws before today's result, if they maintain it as it is.
Exactly, Joseph. That is if it ends like that. Carlos Mukumbira throwing to Ngezi Platinum Stars. 80 minutes by award, 10 minutes to go. Time is ticking away for both coaches this afternoon. Part of the crowd there here at Wazanai Stadium in Shamba.
It looks like it's a picnic, it's a family outing. They're enjoying themselves on the grass there. The young, the old, everyone has got something to enjoy and take home as a memory this afternoon. And they're enjoying the sun. The temperatures are low, so basking in the sun and watching a beautiful game of football is a combination that you can order any day.
Confirming of the scoreline, Simba Bhora new, Ngezi Platinum Stars new. Here in Mashonaland in Central Province. Part of the crowd here, obviously those are Simba Bhora supporters. Clad in their regalia. This is how it happened. Kadamini and Butolezi Ngube. Barabasim Tuche now. Losing the ball to Chiguida. Gaki, can he get past Mauchi? Karengesha. Nice play by Simba Bhora. Barnabas Mtuche. Lotenda Meke. Free kick to Meke. Former of Greenfields.
He's a handful, Meke, when he's on the run. He's a handful. If you allow him, he was in full flight. He had actually taken off, and then he was brought down.
Carlos Mavurume. Free kick to Simba Bhora inside the center circle.
Yeah, I don't know why Mavurume was rushing to take that ball, because it's your teammate who's down.
So Karengeja will call it a day for Ngezi Platinum Stars.
Mavudzi is coming in.
Yes, that's Tinashe Mavudzi. Coming in place of Ashwin Karengeja. There is Tinashe Mavudzi, the man has just been introduced. And I can see a yellow card being flashed to the referee. I'm sure it's Ngezi Platinum Stars player. So 3 yellow cards to the away side and new.
Oh yeah, it was for that tackle.
Yes.
On Botolezwe.
Yes. That looks like Brooklyn Katumba. So Gaki calls it a day again. And who comes in? Yeah, but I can confirm Marvin Gaki has been substituted. And Joseph, can you just have a quick check at what is happening at Ngoni Stadium? The nation is eagerly waiting for that result.
It's still 1-0. Moors are still in the lead. Yeah.
So that would be a big result for Lloyd Samaitam Tas and the Northern community. The match they have been waiting for. And the Northern community have been looking at that match with anger and revenge in their minds. Remember, the two sides were both in Northern Region Division 1 last season. Scotland controversially winning the... And Moors had to acquire the franchise of ZPC Wange, who couldn't play in the Premiership because of a sister command, ZPC Kariba. We are leading 1-0 at home against the other this afternoon. So couldn't have the two ZPC teams in the same Premiership. And Moors grabbed it with open arms. And that rivalry continues, Joseph.
And that elevation of Moz through the ZPC Wange ticket actually raised a debate to say, shouldn't there be a team from the southern region be given the slot to take over the promotion on behalf of ZPC Wange? But now, as it is, we now have two teams that played in the same region last season, playing again against each other in the Premiership.
I remember that debate very well, and at one point it was suggested that if they most want to take that ticket, they should now go and find a home in the southern region.
Yes. So it was a very contentious decision, and even up to now, some people still question the criteria and also even the way the situation was handled by the authorities.
So throw into the home side, Simba Bhora here. 4 minutes plus whatever the referee is going to add on this afternoon here at Wazanai Stadium. I think I've got quite a good crowd here, Joseph. I'd make it about 6,000 or so. I think we had more spectators coming in at halftime.
And that's typical of Simba Bhora. Their home supporters will always fill up the stadium. They are always there, vocal, singing, dancing, and enjoying themselves for it.
So Webster Staffa used to play for Mshowani FC, so played in the Premiership. They're also from Mashona and Centro. Free kick to Bisto, the captain, Blessing Moyo, former of Dynamos FC Platinum, went to South Africa to play for Maritzburg United. A favorite of Calypso Pasua, used to play for the Warriors. So Ishanes Mauchi behind the free kick. Can we get a goal here at Wazanai Stadium? Simba Bhora versus Ngezi Platinum Stars. 3 minutes to go according to our watch here. Plus whatever the referee is going to add on this afternoon. Barnabas Mtuche. Lost possession. Benura. Can Carlos Mavurume do something better there to prevent the danger? Faraima Dananga from range. Goalkeeper is alert. Too slow there by Ngezi Platinum Stars. Crossfield pass. Captain play by Tinashe Mavudzi. An attempt again by Faraima Dananga. But way off target. No problem from William Tole, the Malawian international. There is Madananga in your picture.
I think this can be a warning, Willie, on Simba Bhora to say, watch out. Ngezi Platinum look like they want to sneak in a late goal. And look at the way they've been threatening the worst team, Simba Bhora goal. So anything can happen. We still have a few minutes to go, 2 minutes of normal time and additional time from the referees. But wait to see if this is going to stay as it is. But warning is Simba Bhora, watch out. Ngezi may come up with a sucker punch.
And it's not over until it's over. A sucker punch can change the complexion of the match in the dying minutes here. Free kick to Kudachi Guida. There is applauding the referee's decision. And they are taking their time. I'm sure they're content with their point away from home. So they'll take their time and allow the goalkeeper to come all the way to dispatch the free kick. I'm sure Meke was penalized for playing the ball whilst he's lying down on the floor there. Questionable decision according to Simba Bhora, the home side. Barnabas Mtuche looking for Gurirat. Makumbira Carlos. High line being employed here by Ngezi Platinum Stars. And they get the free kick. Flag up by the far assistant. Referee Kudakwashe Chirairo. Minimum of 4 minutes here according to Tichaona Tigere, the fourth official. So we are deep into, we are heading into injury time here. That is added time, additional time. So the referee will decide whether to play the 4 minutes or to play slightly less or more, depending on how it goes in this additional time. The goalkeeper Tendai Chirara keeping a clean sheet. Long ball into enemy zone. Kadamini. Madananga. Mtuche. Tinatenda mege but too much. Polite Moyo. Danger for the home side. Cricket goal. Deflection, corner kick to the away side. Ngezi Platinum Stars. We're into the second minute of added on time here at Wazanai Stadium. And Joseph, an update from Ngoni Stadium. I remember the last time it was 1-0 in favor of Moors.
It is still 1-0 in favor of Moors. So Scotland are trailing by 1 goal. Will they get an equalizer? Will Moors get a second goal, or it will remain as it is? But so far it's still Moors 1, Scotland 0.
And Kadamini with maybe the most important kick of the afternoon. Can it be? Is preparing to whip in a corner kick. Headed over the bar by is it Polite Moyo or Chiguida? It's actually Kudai Chiguida. He's not new to scoring late goals, though 2 of them are from the penalty spot. But you need nerves of steel to score in the dying seconds from the spot.
Last week he scored the penalty in the 88th minute when they came back from behind to beat Dynamos 2-1 at Baobab Stadium, together with McDonald Edison, who scored in the 78th minute to subdue Dynamos.
Webster Tafa. It was more like defending than scoring there. Jita, the man who played from Shawani Stars. And when Shawani Stars became defunct, he joined Simba Bhora. So 93 minutes played here at Wazanai Stadium. The score line is still Simba Bhora nil, Ngezi Platinum Stars nil. Goal kick dispatched by Tendai Chirara and goals for Ngezi Platinum. Can there be a hard break here at National Foods if they had a low cross block there by Simba Bhora? Out by Carlos Mavurume. And I'm sure the referee has blown. Is it a free kick or is that saying goal kick? But Ngezi Platinum still players has to be attended to first. Yes, Joseph Keron?
Yeah, I think the referee awarded a throw in, but of course allowing the Ngezi Platinum medical team to come in and attend to their player. Yeah. And that also has an impact. You see, he cleared the ball first, and then of course the momentum of the 2 players caused them the collision. But it will be a throw in the meantime, allowing the referee, allowing the player to get medical attention, which again feeds into the 4 additional minutes that we spoke about. So
exactly.
We should need to understand that the 4 minutes that are flagged are the minimum 4 minutes. And the referee there is saying, the coach there is saying there should have been a card waived.
And the player down there was Brooklyn Katumba from Ngezi Platinum Stars, and has been ordered to receive treatment outside the field of play. Tekshua Chiragwi, Deko. And the match office was blown to end the match here at Wazanai Stadium. So the match has ended as the home side, Simba Bhora Chinuchedu nil, Ngezi Platinum Madamburo nil. Some prayers from the home side there. A watchable afternoon here, a watchable match this afternoon here at Wazanai Stadium. Confirmation of full-time score there, Simba Bhora nil, Ngezi Platinum Stars nil. And the results we last heard from other senders. ZTC Kariba were leading 1-0 at Nyamunga Stadium versus Yada. And Moors were leading Scotland in the biggest fixture of Mashonaland Central, that is for the Northern community at Ngoni Stadium. Billy Verem with that goal.
and Caps United have taken a late lead. They've scored in the 88th minute. So it's Manica Diamond 0, Caps United 1. So Caps United may pick up the points on the road in Manicaland.
Good result for Ian Bakar. I'm sure his first victory ever since he took charge of Caps United. So those are the scenes here at Wazanai Stadium. And from Joseph, full-time scoreline confirmation there, and your thoughts of the 90 minutes played here at Wazanai Stadium before we cross over the pitch side for the interviews with the two coaches.
I think it was an open game. Both teams wanted the 3 points, but unfortunately for Simba Bhora, it will be mixed emotions. They would have wanted all the 3 points to make sure that this Wazanai Stadium becomes a fortress, but they dropped the 2 points.
Yes, we are preparing to cross to the pitch side where Larry Trusida will be interviewing the two coaches and hear their thoughts of this 90 minutes played at Wazanai Stadium. Simba Bhora new, Ngezi Platinum Stars new.
Another goalless draw then between the two mining teams, Simba Bhora and Ngezi Platinum Stars. Remember, the last match last season ended goalless at Baobab Stadium in Mondoro, and it has ended goalless again. Right, let's now join the coaches as they give us what they thought of the entire 90 minutes.
We had a bit not good enough, but I think we came back second half very strong, and also identify how they wanted to play, especially using their wing backs to attack, and also try to throw in the attackers to make sure that we can close their attacking prowess. And I think it was a very good second half, to be honest. We got our chances, and they was very resilient in terms of defending, and they did very well. I think it was a very exciting game. Both the teams, there was a very good intensity, also aggression of the game. It was quite okay. I think we are happy for that point.
Okay. And Coach, you are going into the international break now, and also closing in on the mid-season break. Are you happy with probably the first half of the season?
Definitely, we are more than happy, to be honest. We have been doing well since we started, and we just need to appreciate. And we are also happy to have that break so that they can also breathe, and also the players that are on injury, they can also recover, so that when you come back, we become with a full squad that can also give us a very good performance going forward.
Thank you so much, Coach, and better luck next time.
Thank you.
That was Tekshua Chiragwi, the coach for Ngezi Platinum Stars, who managed to secure a draw with the champions, that is Simba Bhora. And right now I'm joined by the home coach, Joel Lupatha. And Coach Joel, a new draw. Are you happy with the proceedings of the 90 minutes?
Not a good game today with our standards, with how we have been playing the past games. But I'm content that we didn't lose the game, and also that we didn't concede. But I think Ngezi played better today. We're always second to everything that we did. But it's normal, though disappointing when you play like this at home. We always want to make our fans happy. But for today, I think it was one of those games where it's always difficult. And I think we didn't create more. They had a game plan. They watched us play, we watched them play, but I think they were better prepared, and we're always second to the ball. But I can't take anything away from my boys. I'm always proud of them, whether they play well or they play bad. I can't say they play bad, but I think we can do better, and we group again, then we prepare to go to Bulawayo, to Highlanders. I hope when we go there, the boys will bring it on.
And Coach, we were just about to get to the mid-season break. Just probably your summation of the first half so far.
It's been difficult. It's been difficult for us, taking it into consideration that is my first time also to be in charge of a team. But we are learning. We are learning as we go. And 6 months now,
I think we cannot continue saying we are learning 6 months. We are getting into the groove, and the break will help us to sit and plan and see what we can do, where we need to try and boost the team. We've got a good team. Maybe 1 or 2 tweaks here and there so that it becomes an oiled machine.
Thank you so much, Coach, and better luck next time.
Thank you.
That was the home coach, Joel Lupatha, after securing a draw at home against that is...
Well, the two coaches then you had first from Deco, Tekshua Chiragui, and then from Dubai, Joel Lopatla, goalless it was. And I can tell you that we're in the death of the other matches and Scotland still trailing by 1-0 to Moors. Caps United just hanging on, leading 1-0 at Sakuva Stadium against Manika Diamonds. The one at Nyamunga is over. ZPC Kariba have beaten Yada. And the one at Rufaro, Bikita Minerals still leading Rentals by 2-0. FC Platinum still leading Tel 1 by 1-0. So that's just about it. Just leaves me to thank our two experts from ZBC TV Sports. First, many thanks to Coach Bex, Bekim Pilonyoni. Thank you so much, Coach Bex. It's good to see you and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, CNL.
Yeah. Right, and of course, many thanks to the man we call Final Pass. And you're wondering, we call him Final Pass because he was a very good player during his school days. He loved to give the final pass to the striker to score. In case you're wondering why we call him Final Pass. Yeah, he still plays social soccer. He loves giving the final pass. That's Skilled Makona. Thank you so much, Final Pass. I hope you give us more final passes the next time you're here.
Definitely, CNN. I'll give you that final pass, and thanks for having me here.
Right. Okay. And of course, you are always the ones who give the final passes that come to fruition. That's just about it. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody from the ZBC TV Sports crew, fronted by our producers, Bevan Shinurai, Stuart Shoriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. Remember that tomorrow we will be here, Dimbare versus Yibose. But Iboso. Until we meet again tomorrow, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.